guys, today we're going to do quite a simple video. I'm actually quite excited for this. We're just going to try out a P. Louise palette, but we're just going to do something really simple, really neutral. This is going to be half like review and half tutorial kind of thing because I'm going to try out the e.l.f. Halo Glow today in a separate video. So I thought I need something, like I need my eye look to be a bit more natural today, I guess. I think. So the palette that we're trying out today is the CEO Get Yourself in Check. This is the outer packaging, and then this is the palette. This is the palette here. It's so cute, and then when you open it up, it's got little lights on the mirror, and as you can see, it's just a really simple neutral palette. So I thought that we could just do something fun and nice today. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to get started. So the first thing that I'm doing is taking my P. Louise eye base. I love to use a eyeshadow primer. There's heaps around. I've been using my P. Louise one for a very long time. You can get it obviously off the P. Louise website. You can also get it from Glam if you're in Australia like I am. And this just creates, I mean, it's a primer, so it does, you know, what a face primer does, but obviously for your eyes it creates a sticky base so that your shadows have something to stick to. It can help with, so it obviously helps the shadows stick to it, which means that it helps with pigmentation, pigmentation like in the eyeshadow, so it helps your eyeshadow be more pigmented. It helps things stick and move around on the eye as well. So I just always like to put down a eyeshadow base. You don't have to, but obviously if you want to get the most pigment and like the most longevity out of your eyeshadows and everything like that, then a good eye base always helps. So that's on now. So what I typically like to do is I kind of like to take the lightest shade that I'm going to use and put that close to the brow bone, just to kind of create that transition between my natural skin and the eyeshadow look. So the shade that I'm going to take today is this one here, and it's called Money Order. These are in actual like little duos. So I'm going to take the matte and I'm going to put that up near the brow bone. So for this shade, I'm going to take a brush that looks a bit like this. I want something fluffy. I don't want something too dense, but I don't want something too big either, because I want to kind of keep it concentrated near that brow bone. Just going to pick up a little bit of the shadow, tap it off, and then just start. So I'm kind of going to start in the middle of my eyelid and then bring it down, and then I'll do the same over the other side. So I don't want this to be too insanely pigmented, because once again, this is trying to create that transition between my skin and the eyeshadow look. So I'm gonna just pop it on there until, you know, I can kind of see the color. And then I'm also gonna blend it out after I've done this side. When I do this as well, that's just me tapping off excess eyeshadow so that I'm not getting too much pigment initially on the eye. Obviously we can start small and build it up, but if you put too much pigment on originally, like it's a little bit harder to obviously blend it out. So I prefer to start with like a light hand, a little bit of shadow, and then build it up as we go. So when I've got something like this is, I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to take something that's like a little bit fluffier, just blend it. This is probably not the right brush. This one is like too dense. Not dense enough, I think. I don't know. I know what I'm, like I kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't know the right words. This brush is much better. You can see it's not as floppy. So I'm just going to blend it. Now I've got something like this. Next I'm going to take the shade next along, and it's called Got Receipts. And I'm honestly just going to take that on the same brush that we used for that first shade, but we're just going to put this one down a little bit. So we're not going to put it as close to the brow bone, we're going to bring it down. So starting about here, and we're using this to kind of just start creating, bringing a bit of depth, and also creating a bit of like, what's the word, like, I don't know, can't think right now. So that's what I've got going on. We're going to do the same over the other side. So we have something like this. Now what I'm going to do is go into that fluffy brush again, and I'm going to take that first shade called Money Order. I'm going to use that to blend it. So I'm just going to do it at like the edge of that shade. We're just going to kind of like, you can see it kind of flat to your skin and just blend along the edge. I'll show you why we do this in a second. So if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see how this looks a bit more seamless compared to this, which where it looks a little bit more blocky. So this is kind of the importance of blending. This still is fine, but I feel like it kind of looks like skin eyeshadow, whereas this looks a bit more seamless. Hopefully you guys kind of understand what I'm saying. That's just how I view it anyway. Obviously there is no rules in makeup. Whatever you think looks nice on you is what you're free to do whatever you want, but this is just the way that I do it and my reasoning why. So we have something like this. So we're going into a bit more of a targeted brush now, I guess. So this is this one here. This is like a more pencil kind of brush. This is still like a bigger size pencil brush, but I'm going to take this shade called Reality Check, and I'm going to put that through the crease, but more in like a specific spot. So kind of where this fold is. And you will get to know your own eye shape and what looks good on you and where. Which I've actually put mine up too high. Oh well. Normally I probably wouldn't go that high, but oh well. So I kind of do like a little bit of like a rough placement. You can see this is more what I was going for, and I've accidentally put it up too high there, but whatever. It happens. So after I've done, you know, I've got it like kind of shaped out. Just gonna go in and blend that. I really don't love that. Whoops. And I'm gonna take that big fluffy brush once again and just blend everything. And we should be seeing a little bit of a gradient. So you can see obviously it's quite dark in here. And it's quite light out there. That's kind of what we want. I feel really upset that I've done that. But it's fine. It's whatever. Alright. Taking a small pencil brush now, which is something a bit more like this. I'm going to go into the deeper shade of the palette, and it's called Deposit. And I'm just going to take a little bit, and I'm going to start in my outer corner and just start stamping it here. Going to bring it maybe a third of the way along and kind of like a backwards C, I guess. So we're going to go like that. And then we'll fill it in a second. So we've got something like that going on. Then we're going to start to kind of blend it. And this is just to create a bit of like depth and variation. So we just really want to blend this. I'm going to take the big fluffy brush and just give everything a nice blend over. Okay. So I've got something like this going on. Now we're going to take a shimmer. I'm going to take, let's just swatch a couple of them. I think I'm going to take this one. Now normally I would cut the crease, but let's just keep things simple today. There's nothing wrong with putting a shimmer over the top of shadow. If it's a strong shimmer, it's not going to matter. A cut crease is just a way of getting it more like neat and more precise. But this is still an option too. So this is Money Order. This is the lighter shimmer of the palette. And we're just putting that. I'll show you where we're going to put it. I want to bring it until it meets that dark shade, and I'll show you why. So we're kind of going to bring it up on a curve to where it meets where we put that, the darker shade. So we'll kind of have like a semicircle kind of shape, I guess. See, if I had cut the crease, the shimmer would be more like blinding because it'd have more base to stick to. And it wouldn't have to be going over the top of like these dark browns and things like that. But it's still pretty and it's still effective and it still works even if you don't cut the crease. And for this shimmer, sorry, I've just taken a flat brush like this, just so that I can kind of really pat that on there. Like that. Now we're going to go back into the deep shade called Deposit. We're just going to take a real small bit And just on the very edge of the shimmer, we're gonna kind of do like sideways motions like that. Like a window wiper kinda. And this is just gonna help us blend that shimmer into the matte. Then I'm gonna take the excess off my brush. I'm just gonna put it on my hand like that until no more pigment comes off, and then just do that again. Once again, going in with my big fluffy brush and just giving everything a blend. I'm kind of doing it mainly like in this part here, like in between the brow bone and the shimmer is where I'm kind of just sweeping it back and forth to make sure that everything is all seamless. Do the same over here. Cool. So let me zoom you in. This is what we have so far. So I'm going to go off camera, I'm going to do the rest of my face. I'm going to add lashes, you don't have to, it's complete personal preference. I probably normally would add a wing as well with something like this, but we'll just keep it simple for today. So I'm going to go add some lashes and then I'll be back when I've done the rest of my face, and I'll show you how it'll look. Okay, this is the finished look. I'm going to zoom you in and show you the eyes. So pretty. I feel like they're obviously very simple, but I feel like they're really effective, and I feel like this is a look that it's quite easy to do, but it's still really pretty and yeah, like effective. So let me know what you guys think of this kind of video, this kind of more tutorial style video. Obviously I don't do many tutorials, so I'm kind of practicing, I guess, or like getting used to doing tutorials. Let me know if you want to see more of them. I'd be really happy to do some more. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.